Your scale sheet should kind of look like this. So it's 1 octave major scale sheets. Please double, triple check and make sure that you have where it says clarinet at the top corner. If you look over here, okay, I'm going to ask you guys to look at what we call a B flat concert. So if you look on the side here, you notice there's a scale name and then there's also the scale in the parentheses. We're looking for B flat concert and it's going to be listed in the parenthesis scale. So let's find B flat concert. Nope, that's not it. Here we go, B flat concert. It says C major, B flat concert, scale number 1. All right, so before we do anything, real quick, look at your key signature. Your key signature has nothing in it. All notes are natural, okay? No flats or sharps are showing up. Now, look at this particular scale. Let's look at it together. Look at it. Study it for a second. Now, here's what I want you to do. Look at look at exercise 88 in your book. 88 in your book. It should have the same title, C major scale, B flat concert. We've done that already before, but now it's a little different. Notice that instead of having the high B and the high C, your red book was having you do the low B and the low C because they didn't want you going over the break or going that high on your instrument just yet, okay? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about now doing your full scale in the correct octave, 1 note at a time, okay? I'm not even going to touch base on the arpeggio quite yet. I know some of you are probably like, well, the arpeggio is different too. Let's hold off on this section here for right now. Let's just focus on this scale, okay? And then guys, remember what I said. Remember low E and low F when we were popping it up? That's your low E and that's your low F popped up to B natural and C. That's what they look like on the scale, okay? All right, so I'm gonna walk you through it 1 note at a time, all right? Okay, so look at your scale sheet. So you already know majority of it, okay? So let's play from the low C, and then when you get up to the A, play it and then stop, okay? I'm gonna walk you through the rest of it. Remember the A is just the A key here. I call it the pancake key. Your pancake key, A key, make sure that you play that A and then we're gonna stop and then we're gonna talk, okay? Let's play that much together. Here we go. I've written on the sheet 1 and 2, ready, and all right. You should make it all the way up to the A. Now, here's where it's going to get tricky, guys. And I'm going to be a little bit more lenient with you on your scale, okay? Because this is a lot harder than any other instrument, okay? We get to the A. Now, remember, I said your B natural and your C are the same fingerings as your low E and your low F, okay? So the next one that's after A is your high B natural, which shares the same fingering almost with your low E. Remember, low E is all fingers put down. So we have thumb 1, 2, 3, top pinky is down, 1, 2, 3, bottom pinky. That's your low E. And then at the same time, it's supposed to be popped up to the high B, right? So you're literally going from A to everything at once, okay? Here's what I want us to try right now. We're gonna keep working at it. And if you're having some issues when you go to submit your scale, it's okay. These things are gonna come with time. This is the hardest part for clarinetists, young clarinetists. So let's try it. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna play A, and then we're gonna stop, and then we're gonna play the low E. Don't pop it up yet, okay? Here's your A, ready? Now, play me your low E, ready? Low E, no pop. Again, here's your A. All right. notice that's tricky, going from one finger to everything. So right now in your practice session, I just want you to practice multiple times over, going from A to the low E. Don't even pop it up yet. When you're able to do from A technical difficulty. New read. So we're going A from low E, and you're able to do that comfortably. A to low E, A to low E at a good rate. Then start popping it up. You're gonna go A, and then pop it up. And then your high B popped up, which is the same as your low E. All right, so make sure that you are going from A to the B comfortably and keep practicing. And even if you don't want to if you are squeaking, or just keep working on just doing that switch. A to B, A to B. Make sure it's hard. It's a hard transition, so please don't get frustrated. This is a common thing with young clarinetists that it's harder for you guys to do. And it takes a lot of practice time to be able to get it, okay? Now, once you're up to the B, okay, all you have to do is go from B to C, which is like going from E to F, and all you're doing is, once you get up there, you're just lifting that top pinky to get that high C. So here's your high C. All right, so make sure that you're playing the high C after you play the high B, okay? Keep practicing going from A to low F, A to low F. Just keep doing that, keep adding fingers. And then start playing it in the popped up version of it, which is your high B natural that I showed you from page 29. And then go to your high C, which is just releasing one top pinky. From there, once you get over the break from A to B, it should be easy street, okay? Now, once you get to that point, okay, here's what I want you to do. I'm going to modify your lesson a little bit. I'm not going to worry about the arpeggio for you guys right now. I'm just going to worry about the scale and getting you over the break. So let's look at the scale. Is your C major scale. Okay, so just focus on that part of the scale. Sorry for the squeaks and squawks. So anyway, work on that part of the scale, okay? Do not worry about any other thing. Don't worry about the arpeggio yet. Just worry about the scale in particular and getting over the break, because that's going to take a while. And then once you start feeling comfortable, then when you get back to school, we can start talking about the arpeggio and getting over the break. But right now, just worry on the scale. If you can at least do it at that tempo for your test or for your video submission for me, great. If you have any questions or any issues, which you might, just because, like I said, this is the hardest thing for young clarinet players, feel free to email me, or we can set aside some time to do like a FaceTime or a Skype, and I can walk you through it to help you out, all right? I'm going to get back to you now with your next part of your lesson, which is your F major scale. And thankfully, this one is so much easier to do for a clarinetist versus your concert B flat. So we're gonna get back to you in a second.